Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is Jeanette, and I'm here with the Woodstock Fruit Festival. And before we get started, I got a surprise for you. Let me know if you know what this is. What is this, guys? I'll give you guys a few minutes to guess, but my real fruity cuties out there are going to know what this is. What is this? Vibrant Living, I know you know. What is this? The first person who gets it gets a shout out and something else, something fruity. We'll think about what to give you, but what is this, my fruity cuties? And today we're going to be bringing on the raw vegan doctor. Yep, Vibrant Living knew it. It's a banana blossom flower. And Vibrant Living, can you tell us what can I do with this? Because I know some people that they cook it, but can you eat it raw? So basically, you peel the flowers, and I'll do it on a reel and I'll show you guys. But can I do anything with this? Let me know. Let me know. Guys, we have Dr. Areli here today, and she just joined. Perfect. And she is going to tell us all about what she's passionate about, what she does, her raw vegan lifestyle, and also her experience at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. Okay, and so before we start, I want to remind you guys that we have a brand new contest. And so if you help us find the venue for the next fruit festival, you can come for free. Click the link in our bio and all the details are there. Okay, we're looking for a location in the United States or Mexico, and all the details, all the requirements are in the link in our bio. So check that out, or I'll leave the link below if you're watching on YouTube. Okay, so let me bring in the beautiful Dr. Areli. I think I'm saying it right. I hope I am. And so let me know. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Frank. What's up, everyone? So my friend said, I'm not sure if you can eat it raw. You can pickle and cook it. Oh, hi.
Hi there. Sorry, I need to adjust the
Hi.
camera. Hey, one second.
You're good.
Okay, hey.
Hi. Okay, am I saying it right? Areli?
Yes, that's
Oh,
correct.
thank God. Okay, because we've met, but I don't think I've ever said your name out loud.
It's all right.
So, okay, thank you so much for joining me. And I know you're very busy. And so I appreciate this. So now, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, my boo. Where do you live? Where are you from? And what do you do?
Okay, I'm a medical doctor. I'm originally from Mexico. I studied medicine in my country, residence in my country. I came to the States in 2012, and I repeated residency in pathology and subspecialty in neuropathology. And along my career, basically, I transitioned because of my own health problems from omnivore, Atkins, vegetarianism, veganism, high raw, fully raw. And, it's been like a self-discovery journey, and at the same time, observing people doing this lifestyle and kind of like putting together, Western medicine, the knowledge that I have, and correlating it with the benefits of natural high and naturopathy, basically. So I have, like a pretty good grasp of both philosophies or approaches to health, I would say. So yeah, I mean, I choose pathology because I was disappointed by the medical system when I was a younger medical student. And I thought, well, I'm already 5 years in, so I would rather choose a specialty that has nothing to do with surgeries or medications, right? So I picked radiology or pathology. And I thought, well, radiology, x-rays, radiation. So I thought pathology will be better. And yeah, that's why I'm here. And, I discovered raw veganism. And for me, it's kind of like the reason why I came to medicine, right? To help people, and finally discovering something that really works is kind of like,
Yes.
I got it. So I offer free education on this lifestyle in my social media platforms, and my nickname is Ravi and Doctor. So I'm here.
Yes. I love your name, by the way. That is
Thank
like the
you.
best Instagram name of all time because, yeah, it's the best. And it's very rare too, a raw vegan doctor.
It
And
is.
so now, okay, so now why were you on all those diets, Atkins and all these things? Did you have health problems or were you overweight?
Oh yeah, I was overweight. All my
Mm.
adolescence was like a trauma, and I had varicose veins. I had tendency to retain fluids. I had tendency to cellulite, constipation, skin problems. I don't even remember how many things I had, but those
Yeah,
are the
same.
ones, those are the ones that I no longer have it. And, it's just like, I like the fact that I don't have to worry about skin products, for acne or things like that. I don't have to worry about laxatives because of the constant constipation back in the days when I was still eating dairy products. Um, yeah, my legs are fine. Obviously, I exercise, but I no longer have the veins anymore. It's for me, it was the most wonderful thing to see that varicose veins can actually diminish. So it was like, wow.
Wow. Is there anything specific that you recommend to people? Like any specific food or
For
specific
varicose
exercise?
veins,
Yeah.
I would say hydrating diet, which is raw vegan diet, because it has a lot of antioxidants and um, substances that resemble nitric oxide, especially the leafy greens that help in the endothelium, well functioning of the endothelium. So I feel like if you eat plenty of fruits and vegetables and leafy greens, and exercise, basically it's something that involves the legs, whether it's cycling or walking or running. I feel like that's what helps my legs to be healthy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I have a question as a doctor. Are you allowed to recommend a raw vegan diet?
Well, it's in the festival, at the
Yes.
festival, I spoke about why doctors don't recommend a raw vegan diet, and my presentation was basically focused on the fact that medical doctors are just like the rest of the population. They are not hiding anything. There is no conspiracy like, oh my God, like medical doctors are keeping the truth from. No, they are just eating like normal. Like, for example, there is like a King's, some celebration here. Uh, I live in Louisiana, so it's like a King's cake or something, I don't know. There is like birthday celebration, everybody orders cake. There is like pizza for whatever celebration in the department. So everybody, it's the same, like the normal population. So when I show my lifestyle, they're just strange, curious, but it's something that, oh, can you really survive with that? Can you? Yeah. So it's just like if you were preaching raw veganism to the masses. It's just like same here with the medical doctors, especially the ones who have no notion about plant-based nutrition. The ones that are more aware, right? The plants heal are the plant-based doctors, but in general, they don't. It's nothing that, oh, I am censored because I'm a raw vegan. Not really.
Yes. Okay. I often wonder that too. Do they know and they're just not telling us? They don't
No,
know.
no,
They don't know what to eat. Yeah.
no.
And so now I want to know about Woodstock Fruit Festival. So you gave a lot of different talks last year. I was really
Yes.
upset because I could not go, because I
They
really
were
wanted to
so
go.
busy. Yeah.
But we got such good feedback about your talks, and everybody
Thank
loves when
you.
you share, and it's just so valuable, all the knowledge you share. And so now, how did you find out about Woodstock Fruit Festival?
I've been a fan of people who are in this lifestyle since I discovered vegetarianism. So that was back in 2008.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in 2008, I turned plant-based. I still had eggs and cheese, but I discovered all these YouTubers, the OGs of raw veganism in YouTube. And I always like to go to the source. Like if somebody tells me something, I just don't believe it, right? I was
Mm,
at the time medical student, so I didn't have like a more, how can I say, more understanding of how the body works. When you're a pathologist and you open up cadavers and people and you see tissues, now you can actually see the repercussions of disease. But back in the days, I was like, this makes sense. It really makes sense. And actually, it was Marcus Rothkranz, a
yeah.
video of him. He was in he's I think he has some cinematography studies and photography, and he made like a video, and he's kind of like in a stadium giving a speech to a big mass of people, and he said, if I grab this cereal box and if I pour it on the floor, what is going to grow? Nothing. It's going to get mold. And if I plant this apple in the ground, what is going to grow? A tree, life, living foods. And I was like, so
Oh,
for
that's
me, that
good.
was like biggest introduction and what got me convinced. But I couldn't afford raw veganism as a broke medical student. I was just like, okay, I'm vegetarian. One day I will be raw vegan. So that was, you know, the introduction to it. And from there, I
Wow.
started reading, you know, like if somebody came like, oh, I eat 30 bananas a day back in the days, that was the trendy thing to do. So I was like, okay, what is the rationale behind it? So I went to the source, you know, 80, 10, 10. And then from there, you know, I read those sources, and sometimes I disagree, not with everything, but, you know, I'm still, I don't have all the answers.
Yes.
But I feel like what we are doing as a fruit-based, high carb, low fat is the way to go.
Yes. I'm curious your opinion on the whole like mono meal versus variety diet. You know, a lot of raw vegans, they say, you know, you need a large variety to feed your microbiome. And then the other camp says that, you know, it's very good to have mono meals because you're just digesting one thing at a time and then the body can fully assimilate it. What's your opinion on this?
I've done both,
Okay.
and I feel like both approaches have different uses. For example, if you are trying to teach your body to transition, for example, I wouldn't do like a lot of things mixed together, because obviously you're putting your body into a new diet that has a lot of water, a lot of fiber. Let's say you're gonna mono meal on mangoes for breakfast, for example. And if you start doing like all these acai bowls and all of these things, you know, you're gonna be, um, it's, it's gonna be more difficult for your digestive system that is not used to the volume and fiber that we are used to eat. And then I feel like some raw vegans are fixed in the mono meal eating, that because, oh, mangoes are so delicious.
I have
Some
mangoes right here. You keep saying it, so I just, it's
I love
random.
it.
It's so random.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, go on. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
I feel like in the long run, you can experience some deficiencies, especially as a woman. We need iron, for example, because of our periods. Men don't bleed. So there is definitely um, justifications for guys who want to be fruitarian because they don't excrete the iron anywhere, right? But we women, we bleed and we, you know, get rid of iron with the menstrual blood. So we need leafy greens and we need different nuts and seeds to supply our iron requirements. I feel like there is no perfect answer. The microbiome is something new that probably has been discussed like mainstream over the last 5 years, but it's been discovered since 20 years ago. So the applications of the microbiome to health have been kind of trendy over the last 5 years. But um, yeah, I feel like, you know, I don't want to name names, but not judgmental, but just Fulera Christina, for example, right? You see his giant, colorful raw vegan salad has a lot of ingredients, peppers, zucchini, cucumber, black cabbage, purple cabbage, onions, carrots, and she can digest it because she's been doing it for a long time. And I feel like, you know, it's doable, is desirable, just because we require so many micronutrients that probably mangoes give you all the calories and nutrition just to function properly. At the end of the day, if you're experiencing, for example, brittle nails or unhealthy hair or things like that, maybe you need to increase the variety. So I guess it goes with preferences, but also you have to be honest with yourself and, you know, notice if you are actually, I may need some variety because I'm monomilling too much. That's my
Mm.
answer.
Yeah, great answer because everyone is different and experiencing it in a different way. And can we go back to women and specifically their needs? What do you do for your iron specifically? Do you have a certain amount of like leafy greens you eat or a certain amount of nuts that you eat?
Yeah, I do it because I like it in the sense that I have my plant-based milk that I made home. I have my salads every day or smoothies. You know, actually, this is my giant breakfast of smoothie with leafy
What's
greens.
in your smoothie?
Right now, I'm doing more like high protein because I'm trying to build muscle. But in a normal way, it will be probably 3 or 4 bananas, some blueberries, a few dates, and a lot of spinach, maybe some chia seeds and water. That would be
Okay,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
what are you putting in there for protein?
For protein, I'm putting zucchini.
Oh, you're one of those raw vegans.
Yes, I just learned
Yes.
that tip. Actually, you know what? I watched that interview with Alexander that you did, I
Yeah.
don't know how many months ago,
Yeah.
because I was investigating on the topic, like, how can I maintain my veganism and eat some protein? So I said, oh, Alexander may have some answers. And I remember this interview, and I watched him, his big smoothie with, I don't know, 2 kilos of zucchini. I was like, well, I don't need 2 kilos of zucchini in a smoothie. If I had just a little bit, and I'm a girl, so I don't need a lot of
Yeah.
muscle. But yeah, he gave me the idea. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now back to Woodstock because I have
Yes.
so many things I can ask you. But did you go to Woodstock Fruit Festival as a attendee ever, or you were just a presenter? Like immediately?
I've never been an attendee. The 2 times
Mm.
that I went there since 2021 as a presenter. Unfortunately, I haven't enjoyed the experience, but I could get a taste of what is Woodstock. Yeah.
Yes. So tell me, same with me. I have never been an attendee yet.
Oh.
Maybe one day we will attend.
Hmm.
But what was your first impression upon arriving at Woodstock Fruit Festival?
Well, it was kind of like a dream come true because I always follow these raw vegans, right? Like back in the days when Woodstock was more like, had more people, more influencers, right? Remember those big names?
Yes,
Some
yes.
people are no longer vegan. But it was like a dream come true to me because I was like, okay, I'm parked here, Camp Walden. Oh my God. And it was amazing because you can listen to the music playing in the background. You can see people carrying fruit. You can see people hugging each other, singing, dancing. And I was like, wow. So that was my first impression. Then I saw the cane sugar station. I was like, okay, this is for the mornings. And then I went directly to the lunch area because it was around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. and the dinner was almost gone. So I had to hurry up. But yeah, it was great to connect with people that I've only met on social media, uh, past friends, that I've met at other festivals. So it was a great experience. It just feels like family.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
agree. And so now, can you tell me, did you have time at all to go to any other workshops or
Yeah.
activities?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I attended some Dr. Sam's lectures,
yeah.
Don Bennett lectures, Karen Ramsey's, um, some of the yoga classes. Yeah, I had time for sure. I wasn't just, presenting. I presented every day, but in order to present correctly, you have to practice your presentation, right? So the times that I was not uh, in the rehearsal period for my talk, and right after my talk, because people come and ask you questions, like that was just a window of time. But then later, I had the time.
What are some of the most common questions that you get from patients or just people that you help?
Yeah, it's the basic questions that people have about veganism, like the protein is classic. I mean, I just can't believe that people still have that
Me
question.
neither.
Like,
I can't believe it. It's 2023. So, Dr. Areli, where do we get our protein from?
yeah, I would say, we get it from the same sources that animals get their protein. And actually, we don't need
Yes.
protein, we need amino acids, and amino acids are everywhere. Bananas, oranges, every fruit, nut, and seed, and leafy green and veggie has amino acids. And if you eat plenty of them, you are not protein deficient.
As a doctor, have you ever seen anyone with a protein deficiency?
No.
No.
This is a myth. This is, well, how can I say? It's a thing of the past, and it's a thing that was seen in extreme conditions. Actually, the doctor who discovered protein deficiency was back in early 1900s, when they did an expedition to Africa, and they saw malnourished uh, boys with a big belly and edema everywhere because they didn't have enough protein. That's a severe protein malnutrition. It's called kwashiorkor, and that's actually the last name of the doctor who named, protein deficiency. So I guess, that was kind of like the starting point of the protein obsession. But we don't see that. We just see severe malnourishment in people who are in hospice care, or people who kind of absorb because they're like terminal, things like that. But healthy person, even if they are not super healthy, they get enough protein.
even if they're not even healthy. Yeah, that's
Yes.
crazy, right? Like, let alone raw vegans, you know?
Exactly.
I don't know about you, but my protein levels were above average
Oh, mm,
the last blood test I got. I
okay.
mean, like, this is craziness,
I mean, if we're
because
talking right now and, producing pancreatic enzymes and everything, like our processes have a lot of protein involved. So if we're right now talking and being happy and fully functional, we have enough protein.
yes, there you
Yes.
go. If you're smiling, you have enough protein.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so now can you tell me, um, were there any fruits that you tried for the first time at Woodstock Fruit Festival
Oh,
this
yeah.
year or this
Yeah.
past year?
Yeah. The durian was one of them. I've never
Oh,
had durian fresh, always frozen or freeze dried. But that was the greatest experience of my life. Like the durian party was amazing. The
yeah.
dancing, the DJ, the just the environment. You don't need drugs just to be happy on fruit and durian. So that was a big
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
It's so nice to not have to deal with like alcohol or people
Nope.
smoking or anybody falling over because they're drunk or just like fighting or whatever. It's just such a peaceful experience. And yes, so what does durian taste like to you? Did you have different flavors of durians?
Yeah, but when they did like the durian ceremony, I wasn't really distinguishing the flavors. Some of them had like stronger flavor, but overall, I would say that it's like a combination of persimmon with cinnamon and vanilla, um, and maybe some onions, but not raw
Maybe
onions,
some onions.
some caramelized onions. Yes, so it's
It's kind of
delicious.
confusing to people
Yeah,
if you haven't had it.
but it's not bad onions. Like you've tasted the onions that taste sweet when they are like cooked, right? And
Yes.
then yeah, and it
Yes,
just
good.
melts in your mouth. It was so good.
Yeah, good description. It's like the caramelized onions, the sweet. Oh, it's just
Yeah,
so good. And the
I know.
texture. What is the
Hmm.
texture like to you?
It's like a very ripe mango without the fibers,
Mm,
um, and maybe like ice cream. I don't know,
yeah.
but not cold. it's, it's,
Have
it's a
you?
different experience.
Yes, it is. And durian is so nutritious and just so different than every other fruit.
Yeah.
Have you studied durian at all? And do you know why it is so strong smelling? Like, do you?
No, I haven't. I should, but I haven't.
It's so weird, guys, because everybody watching this probably knows, but it smells so strong, but it tastes so good. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
really know what's going on with this fruit, but it's very powerful. And
Yes.
so, if you had to describe Woodstock Fruit Festival in one word, what is a word that you would use?
Hmm.
I know there's a lot going on at Woodstock, but if you had to describe only one word,
Party. Yeah.
party,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
I love it. And so if anybody has any questions for Dr. Areli, leave them in the question comment. We got one from Tessa. Tessa said, well, we're back to the iron. Is iron required for menstruation?
I mean, it's some women have heavy periods, but that's because underlying conditions. If you resolve the underlying condition, so those underlying conditions can be like heavy bleeding because some hormonal problems. So these women definitely have to check their iron, especially if they look pale. And if you do this, you see the mucosa here in the eye, it looks pale. Your nails don't look
What's
pink.
going to look
Your
pale?
here, this part underneath your
Oh, okay.
eyelid, the
That part.
inferior eyelid, yeah, that part.
Got it.
Your hands don't have like a pink color, you know. Those are signs of iron deficiency. So it's better to do a test to be sure. And I wouldn't recommend iron pills because they damage your stomach, they mess up your microbiome. So it's better to incorporate iron in their natural state, which is plenty of leafy greens, nuts and seeds. But um, the question, I guess, was if because we menstruate, we have to have supplements of iron. No. If you have a
Okay.
good diet,
Okay. And what is a like day in the life look for you as far as how you eat right now? So you have a smoothie sometimes, I guess, for lunch?
so I will go back to January because right now I'm a different approach. Like I'm
Yes.
increasing my macros in protein, but
Mm.
this is because I have a goal, right? Which is to build muscle and shed fat. That's like a total different approach. But I was perfectly healthy and athletic and happy and as a high carb, low fat vegan. So a normal day without the intention of building up, it was more like, okay, I woke up around 5:30, went for a run, came back, take a shower, get ready, bring everything that I had prepared the night before from the fridge and put in my lunch bag, drive to work, staying at work, just triaging the cases that come to my office, not hungry at all. I treat my exercise fasted state, and it will be until 9:30, 10 a.m. that I will be eating my breakfast. And breakfast is usually fresh fruit, like one papaya or 1.5 cantaloupes, a smoothie if I wanted to, and probably finishing up with something more dense because I like to feel satiated. So sometimes the watery fruit gives me like I need something more. So if I eat one papaya, for example, for breakfast, I will end up with 2 bananas, for example. And then because if the papaya was cold, probably I will warm up water and I bring in a little bottle my plant-based milk. So I add it, and I have here in my cabinets Numi, which is a brand that has like Dandy Blend kind of coffee flavor, but it's an herb, so it's no caffeine. So I like that flavor. Actually, I had a little here this morning, and that's how I finish my breakfast. And then I keep working around 2 p.m. I'm hungry again, and I will probably bring in my lunch bag. I don't know, maybe 5 oranges, something like that. If it wasn't 5 oranges, maybe it would be like, I don't know, cherries and grapes and cucumber. I always like to mix the sweet stuff with not so sweet things. So cucumber and zucchini for me is kind of like a staple.
Why do you do that? Just for the taste, or is there a reason other than that?
Because I feel like the cucumber gives me the volume that I need to feel satiated, and the fiber. Because if I eat only grapes, for example, I could eat like 2 kilos of grape and never feel satiated. It's just me. I don't know. So I feel I need something green, something with more consistency. So for me, the crunchiness of cucumber or celery or romaine lettuce or zucchini, that gives me that satiety, I would say. And then I will probably snack on more fruit or dehydrated fruit during the day, but I'm not usually hungry until 6:30 p.m. when I leave. And then I go home and I prepare a huge salad, which would be plenty of greens at the bottom, maybe spiralized cucumber, zucchini, maybe shredded carrots and chopped tomatoes and onions, and throw in some nice dressing, which is going to be fat-based, avocados with, I don't know, cilantro and celery and some spices. I'm Mexican, so I like spicy, so I throw in some jalapeno, I don't know. So yeah, that will be my dinner. And if I feel still hungry, I would eat another banana to finish the day. But yeah, that's exactly how I eat.
Amazing. And so we do have a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody wants to know, don't you get too fed up when eating too much of the fruits? Well, you kind of just answered that. You have greens with your fruits sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And for me, it was too strong to have only fruits. Yeah. Have you
Yeah,
ever done only fruits, Dr. Areli?
I've done only fruits, and it's so cleansing, and I just feel like super high, right? We are like so, yeah, yeah, your mental clarity. I feel the difference right now that I've been incorporating more protein. I feel heavier, not necessarily dysfunctional, like I need caffeinated beverage to wake up. No, but it's just the density of the food. Um, but yeah, if you don't like to do fruit, you can do 2 salads. You don't have to keep your salad for dinner. You can do fruit in the morning and then salad midday, salad at night. Some people do that.
Yes, absolutely. And so Annie wants to know, she said, I know dried fruit and dark greens are great for iron, but is there any more plant-based foods that are high in iron?
Um, I mean, plenty of leafy greens. The darker the leafy greens, the better, because they have more minerals. So you don't want to isolate as well. Like if you find out online that dinosaur kale has more iron, you have to rotate your greens. Don't just focus on the dinosaur kale, because iron comes in different configurations in the different plants. So I would rather just focus on, if you're really curious, you can just go to Google and say fruit with most content of iron, and then pick your favorites, right? Vegetables with higher iron content, and pick your favorites. I would say you can do that.
As a raw vegan, how are you getting more protein? So zucchini. What
Oh
else are
yeah,
you doing?
I'm doing zucchini. I'm increasing my hemp seeds and chia seeds in my smoothies. What else? I'm doing sprouts for actually for lunch and dinner. I switch from, so when I describe my day, life in the day in the life of raw vegan doctor, when I described that, that was before this regime that I'm having right now. But right now, rather than having some fruit for lunch, I'm having a salad for lunch. So in my salad, I'm incorporating sprouts, and at dinner time, more sprouts with a huge salad.
Oh, very nice. Richard is
Yeah,
eating sprouts right now, of course.
cool.
Somebody out there is eating sprouts while they watch us. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And so now, with Woodstock Fruit Festival, who would you recommend come to the festival?
Who of the public people? Like
Yeah, what
everyone.
kind of person? Everyone. Yeah. What do you think people will get out of it the most?
I feel, I mean, if they're kind of newbies into raw vegan lifestyle, they will find out that it's possible to be satiated and happy with fruits and vegetables. For the vegans who are trying to go raw vegan, they will find out that the mental clarity is superior when it comes to raw foods compared to cooked vegan meals. So I encourage anyone, even the ones who are keto or paleo. Obviously, you will need to transition probably the week before so you don't experience like a lot of detox symptoms, because some people experience detox symptoms. So if you don't want to, but if you want to experience this lifestyle, that's good for you. Because I always say, people in the vegan movement and raw vegan movement, we get disappointed and heartbroken when we see somebody abandoning this lifestyle, right? Somebody who is actually like long-term vegan and no longer vegan is like, oh my God. But if you go to YouTube or Google and you search, I'm no longer keto, I'm no longer carnivore, I'm no longer whatever, variety paleo, you will see a lot of people abandoning those heavy animal protein lifestyles.
Oh,
So
that's a great
yes,
point.
yes.
Oh, that's a great point.
Hmm.
I never thought of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got to do
because
that. I got to look it up.
yeah, we are in this echo chamber of, oh my God, another ex-vegan, another ex-vegan. But what is happening is that people cannot sustain keto, another ex-keto, another ex-paleo, another ex-omnivore, another ex-carnivore. So look in the forums and you will see, oh, carnivore destroyed me, keto destroyed me, It's reassuring to see that the exchange of converts and deconversion happens in both directions.
Yeah, that's a great point. And so now, my friend wants to know, I'm not eating raw. I just learned about it. Congratulations, welcome. And then she wants to know what's wrong with eating things like cooked buckwheat or quinoa or pulses. I'm not sure what pulses are, but what's wrong with eating cooked like quinoa or buckwheat?
No, there's nothing wrong. I mean, the natural hygienists and naturopaths say that cooking food causes digestive leukocytosis, and some people say that,
What is that?
meaning elevation of
Sounds
white blood
scary.
cells,
Oh,
that your inflammatory cells get elevated when you introduce cooked food. It's kind of like an aggressor. So that's observation that happened back in the 1920s or 1930s, when they found that, I don't know exactly the experiment, but they found that when they introduced cooked food to animals, I don't remember the animal, but they had elevated white blood cells. So they call it digestive leukocytosis. Leuko is white, cytosis is increased cell number. So that's the natural hygiene principle to condemn cooked food consumption. I feel like anything that gets denatured by heat is not necessarily recognized properly by our organism. Like we have receptors and I don't know, sensors that detect what is real versus what is not real. So I feel like when you denature cooked food or food and a way of cooking, you're basically introducing something foreign to the organism that the body takes a time to break down and assimilate. Not that you are not absorbing nutrients. I mean, there are plenty of cooked vegans that are still healthy, but it's just a preference, and also because you are not giving your body extra burden of this, cooked food and the nature protein, carbs. You're basically saving some energy for repair. So the longevity is more advantageous to be raw vegan versus cooked vegan when it comes to looking younger, being more flexible, having more energy, mental clarity, having perfect digestion. So it's a preference, and it has benefits.
Yeah, I love what you said. I love what you said. It's not, there's nothing wrong with eating cooked like quinoa and, these healthy
Yeah.
foods, but
Yeah.
it's a preference. It's a feeling. Feel it. Go raw for, 7 days. See how you feel after that and go back to eating your cooked food. And you're gonna, ooh, you cannot believe how good you can feel until you feel it.
Exactly.
And that's why people that go raw become so passionate about it, because we're like, whoa, what is this other alternative where like I feel so alive and vibrant and energetic, and I don't have any skin issues, and I don't have any indigestion, and like the all the things that people are dealing with, the constipation and the bloating and all these things. So Dulce is looking forward to meeting you at Woodstock Food
Nice.
Festival
Do we have a
2023.
date? Do we have a date for
We do not. We will have dates there, but we do not have a date yet. And so let me tell everybody real quick. So basically, we are still looking for our venue. And if anybody out there has the perfect venue for us, we will give you a free ticket. So if you're looking to come to Woodstock Fruit Festival for free, click the link in our bio and you can suggest a venue. And I'm looking I'm looking every single day. I'm looking all over the United States and Mexico. So we're open to any place there, United States or Mexico. And yeah, click the link in our bio. You'll see all the requirements. Okay. So if anybody wants to come for free, and if you can't come, we'll send you $1,000. How about that? Okay. So there we got this contest. The contest ends February 28th. So do yourself a favor, click the link in our bio, and then we will have the dates as soon as possible. And then we have some places that we might sign the contract on. We'll see. We're looking for the perfect place though. So, we're still open.
Nice.
So, do you have anything that you want to share, or any way that people can get in touch with you? Do you take private clients?
No, at the moment, because I'm on a work visa, my lawyer told me that I shouldn't be exposing myself to, the fact that I do consultations or things like that, or get paid by the education I provide, because it will jeopardize my paperwork to get permanent residency here. So no, unfortunately, I'm not taking clients. I'm just waiting for that process to finish. Once that happens, I'll be doing my passion, which is growing on social media, offering coaching programs, all the things that I want to do. At the moment I can't. But yeah, I feel like it's a period of time for me to grow and explore different things. I really want to know what I want to do in the future. So right now is the perfect time just to experiment. Meanwhile, this information, got it for free, so I better give it away for free as well, right? So
Oh, that's good too. Oh, you're full of good wisdom. That's good. Yeah, I got this for free also.
Yeah.
That's
No,
good.
I mean, obviously you have to charge for your services, right?
No, but that's good.
Yeah.
Well, we give a lot for free anyway, like just doing this interview, and just anybody that wants to DM you, I'm sure that you will answer, right? Just just being there
if it's
for
not
them.
too personal, like, oh,
Yeah.
I have this pimple in my finger. Like, I'm sorry, I don't. But if a guy asks me, like, hey, do you think this book is good? I would say yes. Now, things like more general things I always answer. If I can answer, it's because I'm super busy. But
as a doctor, I'm sure you get these questions. Yeah, I have this pimple in my finger. Am I gonna lose my finger? Like, can you just tell me if I have gastra something? Yeah. Okay. So, what is your Instagram? Okay, so her Instagram is or just Raw Vegan Doctor.
Just I have both. Like the is the backup, but the main account is Raw Vegan Doctor. Just 3 words together, Raw Vegan Doctor. Same for Facebook, which is just reposting from Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And all the social media platforms, I monopolize that, username, in case I get the platform, because it's speaking the truth. But hopefully that doesn't happen. I also have my website, which has nothing, but I got the domain, rawvegandoctor.com. So
Very
eventually,
nice.
when my dreams come true, that will be my main page, I would say.
Yes, yes. Okay, this is amazing. And so I'll leave the links below if you're watching on YouTube, Raw Vegan Doctor. And last question from Susan. She asks, how do you get your omega-3s and how much do you consume daily? Areli, do you worry about omega-3s?
No, not really, because the fish oils and the fish industry makes it like to look like only from seafood we get our omega-3s, when in reality they get it from algae. So if you eat seaweeds, you get your omega-3s. If you eat chia seeds, hemp seeds, walnuts, and flax seeds, you're getting enough omega-3. So I don't need to eat them daily, but just because I like the consistency and the protein that I am trying to get, I take probably 3 tablespoons of chia seeds for my smoothies. It's tasteless, gives it like a more, how can I say, like a creamy consistency to my smoothies, increases the volume of my smoothies. So if I alternate, sometimes I do 3 tablespoons of chia, 3 tablespoons of hemp, next day flax, and so on.
Okay, very, very nice. And okay, last question, I promise. Oh, hey, what's up, Truth Seeker? Oh, I love him. Okay, here we go. Last question is, what exercises do you think are best? What do you prefer?
Okay, so I feel like we have to have a combination of cardio and resistance training. We need cardio because we want to keep our heart healthy, our skin healthy, our brain functioning correctly. But we also need strength because you need to be strong. Muscle is a very forgotten organ. My latest video, by the way, is about the importance of building muscle mass. Not that you cannot, as a Ravian, we can, but you really need to be committed to a routine, right? Like training your muscle groups 4 times per week, 3 times minimum, 2 times, 3 times. And because when you are older, every decade, we lose 10% muscle mass. So it's called sarcopenia.
Whoa, hold on. Say it again. Every decade, you
Starting
lose
in your
10%?
30s or 40s, every decade, you lose 10% of muscle mass. So in order to
Whoa.
avoid that, we need
If you
to,
don't weight
if
train.
you don't weight train.
Mm, mm. Writing
Yes.
that down.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
I did not know
And
that.
research it, because don't buy my words. Like,
Yes,
research
yes.
it. But that's something that people have agreed. And so you need to resistance train, weightlifting, calisthenics, anything that involves pushing, pulling, or lifting. And you should focus in all of your body, not only the arms and biceps, right? You need core, lower back, glutes, legs, arms, shoulders. And I feel like another third element will be flexibility. Something you don't want to be stiff, right? You want to be flexible, but at the same time having muscle tone, and at the same time having good cardio and good lung capacity. So I feel like those 3, you don't have to do it, the 3 of them every day. You can alternate, but I feel like those should be like essential for every human to be healthy.
Yes, absolutely. And the best exercise is the one you'll do. Whoever asked
Yes,
that question,
exactly.
you got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it because you're not going to be fit and healthy and glowing like Dr. Areli if you're not doing it consistently. And so
Right.
how often do you work out?
Daily.
Yeah, daily.
Yeah, it could be,
Yeah.
like yesterday I went for a run. Today I went to the gym. Tomorrow probably another run, or maybe mild gym and some treadmill. So it's just like I try to alternate and challenge my body in a different way. Um, what I wanted to say, something important. Oh yes. Also, if people are wondering what is the best exercise to have a fit body, it depends on the type of body that you admire. Some guys, for
Mm.
example, right, they want to look buff, and so follow the regime, the exercise regime of people that look like that, the people that look like that, right? Follow them. If you want like a super slim body, maybe a yogi, right? If you want to look super athletic and fit like a ballerina, well, do more Pilates, things that elongate the muscles rather than going to the gym and contracting your muscles and looking stocky. As a woman, I don't like that look.
Right.
So yeah, it's just pick the body type that you want to get into and do that.
Yeah. Simple, right?
Yes.
Simple. Not easy, but simple.
Mhm.
Simple. You look at the person you want to look like and do what they do. Do what
Yes.
they do. And so thank you guys for being here. Fruitful Vita, what's up, Frank? He climbs coconut trees. That's how he works out.
Oh, cool.
These fruity weirdos. Um, no, I love Frank. And thank you very, very much, Dr. Areli. Thank you for everything. I'll leave your links below for everybody. And it was so nice talking to you. And I can't wait to see you again at Woodstock 2023. I will let you know as soon as we have the dates,
Yeah,
hopefully very soon.
hopefully.
And yeah, I loved working with you, and you're awesome. And I hope to see your talks this year because I know that we got such good feedback, and I know they're so valuable. And you share so much information, and I really appreciate everything you do. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeanette, and I appreciate everything you do. You're such a bright light, and
Thank you.
we need people like you that, energize the whole movement. So I love what you do.
Thank you, like both of us. Thank you so much. And everybody watching, thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Bye, Dr. Relly.
Bye.